And a very good morning from Paultons Park. You're watching Adventure Planet, where today I am back here for the first time in a few months to check out all the latest construction update on Valgard, the realm of the Vikings, Paultons Park's brand new area opening next year in May of 2026. There's been a lot of verticality that's happened over the past couple of months. Some buildings are actually in place now, the bare bones of them, of course, and I thought I'd come down and take a look at all the progress that's happened in that time. We've had some track delivered for their new coaster Draken, some of which is actually in place in the station building itself. So we'll see if we can take a look at that as well as just all the other bits of progress that's happened since we came and visited for the Superfans event back in May. Now, this isn't going to be a full park vlog today. It's purely going to be focusing on that construction of Valgard. If you do want to check out the full park vlog featuring behind the scenes of Valgard and Storm Chaser, do check out the Superfans event from back in May that can be found in the Paultons Park playlist right here on the channel. We're also going to be getting our final rides in on Cobra today before its transition into Raven, and Magma as well before it leaves the park. Your last chance to ride those rides is tomorrow, September 7th. So today, basically the day of the vlog here on YouTube. Really excited to see the progress that they've made here. So let's head on in and take a look. And there we go then, through the entrance turnstiles into the park itself, and what a beautiful day for it as well. I think today is pretty much going to be the last day of summer here in the UK. Yeah, we've had a few downpours over the last few days, and then the rain's coming back in tomorrow. Temperatures of about 20 degrees today, and actually it's really quite busy here in the park. Yeah, the car park was absolutely rammed this morning. I was expecting it to be pretty quiet today, actually. You know, the first weekend where all the schools are basically back. I thought everyone would have got their theme park visits, you know, over and done with during the summer holidays, and that today would have been pretty quiet, but yeah, it's actually really quite busy. Oh, I do love Paultons on days like today, though. The gardens are just absolutely stunning here, especially with the blue skies. And of course, Valgard is off to the left as you come into the park, over on that western area of the park. And of course, these pathways are usually pretty quiet, because everyone just runs to Tornado Springs and Peppa Pig, especially those with very young families. Yeah, here we go, really excited to see this. And of course, this main pathway that kind of leads down into the western area will be closing very, very soon. And to be perfectly honest, it's not too bad in a sense anyway, because here at Paultons, during the Christmas event, that pathway is actually closed anyway. So it's not like you're going to be missing out on too much. Good to see the Water Kingdom still open there. And here we go as we head on down to that construction. Really looking forward to seeing this. I'm so pleased for Paultons getting this brand new area, because of course, after Ghostly Manor went in, and all of those kind of surrounding streets to that ride was all finished off, it really only left that western area of the park that was kind of still feeling a little bit tired. And that's all going to change over the next several months. Cannot wait for May. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do here on the left, of course, where Raging River used to be. Seal Falls and the Digger Ride is still here. Some nice fencing that's gone into place around here. But yeah, just have a quick look over the top here. Yeah, obviously the pool area is still there, being enjoyed by some seagulls. But yeah, the area itself, no movement on that. Be interesting to see what they put there in the future. Yeah, there's Seal Falls and the Digger Ride still off to the left there. As we approach Valgard. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. That's some considerable progress made since I was last here back in May. That's crazy. Come on. And of course, you've got Cobra right behind it there. Cannot wait to see the retheme of that. Let's get a closer look. Oh, and here we go then, on the side of what will be Draken, Paultons Park's newest roller coaster. As a matter of fact, you can just see some supports laid on the ground over towards the back there. And yeah, look at this station building, all the footers in place. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with just the amount of verticality and construction that's actually happened over the past few months. It really is quite incredible. Of course, this is going to be, like I say, Draken. It's going to be a Gerstlauer Eurofighter with a custom layout. It's going to interact really nicely with Cobra there, which of course will be Raven when all this area reopens. It's going to have 2 inversions, both a 0G stall and a dive loop. And like I say, track for the station is already installed. Haven't had a good view of it yet. I'll have a look around the other side in a few moments. More track will be delivered next month in October, ready to go vertical in November. So yeah, really, really exciting. Yeah, look at this. All kind of the bare bones of the building. And then you can see that the front entrance will be just off to the right there. Yeah, you can just see over the top here all the work that's currently taking place. And this is going to be 75 feet high, this one. In terms of the degree or the angle of the drop, that's currently unknown. So yeah, looking forward to finding out just what that'll be. I suspect it'll be somewhere around between 97 and 100, I'm guessing. Of course, 97 degrees is what you'll find on Rage at Adventure Island, and 100 degrees is what you find on Soar the Ride at Thorpe Park. Rage is 72 feet high, and Soar the Ride is 100 feet, and this sits at, like I say, 75 feet, so kind of in the middle, just a little bit taller than Rage. It's going to have a nice red track with some dark purple supports. I quite like the colour scheme actually from what I've seen. The height restriction for this as well, currently unknown. Of course, Rage is 1.2 and Soar the Ride is 1.4. I think obviously Paultons still trying to kind of keep that family feel to the park. I imagine we'll go for a 1.2 metre height restriction, but we'll have to wait until that's of course officially confirmed. But yeah, you can see the front entrance here, just off of this pathway. Wow. See what's happening down here. Not very much at the moment. But it's great to see the bare bones of these buildings going into place. You can just imagine when all the theming is in. Of course, we know what a wonderful job Paultons does of theming. So really, really looking forward to seeing all this. And then just opposite that, we've got this new piece of advertising here. Here we are, days since last Dragon attack, 5. Yeah, there we are, and you can just see that red track of Draken there, and the new green track of Cobra. Yeah, I like the claw marks in there as well. Fantastic. Yeah, I really do like that. That's a nice piece. And here's just another look at Draken Station from a little bit further back, just to give you that sense of scale and how close it is to that pathway. Whether this pathway will actually remain in place or whether it'll be completely removed and, you know, rethemed to the area, I'm not too sure. But this is the pathway that will actually be closed off after this weekend. It'll close from the end of the path that you can see there, which will block off this entire western area of the park as further development takes place on Valgard, of course, which, like I say, features that new roller coaster. It also features a new flat ride, this huge Nordic themed dining hall over the back, the retheme of Cobra, and a Vikings play area as well. And if we look over this construction wall here, go where it's a little bit lower, you'll be able to see all the foundation for Vilt Swing, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Vilt Swing, which will be the UK's first wild swing attraction. Yeah, manufactured by Art Engineering. Basically rides like a non-inverting top spin, these, swinging people about 40 feet into the air. So yeah, really nice family attraction. Not quite sure on the size that they're going for this one. They do actually do this ride in 2 different sizes, 116 for 8 people each side, and they also do an XL version, which seats 24, which is 12 each side. Not quite sure what size Paultons are going to be going for. I'm going to assume that it's probably the smaller of the 2. And again, height restriction for this one is currently unknown, but I suspect that, again, knowing Paultons' kind of family feel, they will go for something under 1 meter for this one, I suspect. And then you can see that absolutely huge Nordic themed dining hall over the back, which again is going to look absolutely awesome when it's all themed up. And I'll tell you what, if you get food in there, anything like Route 83 over at Tornado Springs, I'm going to be very, very happy. Absolutely beautiful food over there. But yeah, there we go. That's where Vilt Swing will sit. The UK's first wild swing attraction. You can just kind of see how close it is to Lost Kingdom there and Velociraptor. Oh, it's going to look great, isn't it, when this is all themed up? And then again, just for perspective, that's Draken Station just off to the left there. Right, let's take a little look further in. And just walking down that pathway then in between Draken Station and the new dining hall. I'll tell you what, this dining hall really is huge. And if you look over the construction fence here where it's a little bit lower, you can just see all that wood that's gone into place. Nice dark wood, really nicely themed. Matches the color of the advertising really on the front here with all of these shields. Yeah, it looks great. Really, really looking forward to seeing this. You see the windows in place there, and obviously what will be the main entrance. And we'll have the signage on the top here, and this grand entrance facing out towards Draken Station. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And just in the background there is, of course, Magma, one of the rides that's going to be leaving the park, the SBF Visa Drop Tower. It's sad to see it go, but of course it is going to be staying in the UK, heavily rumoured to be moving over to Creeley in Devon. So yeah, looking forward to riding that when it's back at Creeley. I'm assuming it's going to be keeping the whole kind of volcanic theme and stuff, but hopefully it gets a little bit of a freshen up for Creeley. It is looking a little bit faded, shall we say, here at Paultons Park. And of course, yeah, you also had the little Dragon roundabout ride, which was kind of over the back of this new restaurant here. That was removed some time ago. That was a little zero roundabout ride to make way for this new Valgard area. And then over here, fences are even lower, and you can get some great shots here. You can just see in the station there Draken's track and supports. Just through all that kind of scaffolding there, you can just kind of see it hidden away. It's the only track that's actually in place at the moment. Can't actually see any track laying around apart from the supports right over the back there. Can't see any other pieces of track anywhere around here. And of course, you've got the little booth just off to the right here as well, which will be for your on-ride photo. And that's all pretty well themed up already, to be honest, with all the wood there. Looks really, really nice. The size of this building, though, it's great. It's going to look absolutely epic when it's all finished off. Draken. And here is Magma, opening at 12 noon today, standing at a height of 82 feet. And yeah, like I say, we'll be getting my last rides on that shortly. Just a quick look at kind of the side of that new restaurant there. The new dining hall. And then also Cobra Station has got a lot of scaffolding up as well. Now this was up when I last visited a couple of months ago. It doesn't look as though any progress has really happened on Cobra yet, but of course obviously the ride is still in operation, so that will be what takes place during its closed period. Of course we know that Cobra is going to be getting a completely refreshed and re-themed experience as it goes from Cobra into Raven. Oh, I'm really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be absolutely awesome when it's all done, because that was the one thing that Cobra really did lack, was theming. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing this when it's all done. It's going to have a new color scheme. We're going to have green track and those brown supports, new ride vehicles. And like I say, this will be closing tomorrow. So we'll be getting my last rides on this shortly. On-ride POV coming up. Of course, the Cobra topiary is now gone. That's actually been moved over into the Paultons Park's gardens. I'm really, really glad that they kept it. It's one of the questions that I asked Lawrence Mancy back in the at the Superfans event. Are you getting rid of the Cobra topiary? And he actually said at the time, sadly, yes, it is going to be going. But it looks like they changed their mind, which is absolutely great. I'm really, really curious as to what the theming for Raven is going to be. Are they going to keep this shed here? I suspect they will. It's a great part of the ride. Great head chopper element. I'm assuming they'll just, really theme it up for the new ride. We're going to see new bits of theming going in on these kind of grass hills here, around the track itself at the top maybe. How much is the station going to change? We're going to see something in the middle of that helix over the back. Oh, it's great. The question remains is what's going to happen to the edge? Now, as far as I'm aware, the edge is actually staying, but it's not actually getting themed up in any way into the new Valgard area, which is interesting really, because the new fencing that they put in, going back a while now, does actually look very Viking themed already, you know, with these kind of stakes in place here. You know, put some Viking helmets on top of those. I mean, you've got a pretty much themed experience, haven't you? Edge opening at 1 p.m. today here at the park. But maybe this is something that, you know, much further in the future will get removed. Of course, the entire area behind Edge here, in the distant future, we're looking around kind of 2030, will be home to a huge holiday village featuring somewhere in the region of 90 lodges. You're going to have a restaurant there, shops, games and entertainment, all with kind of a Scandinavian aesthetic. And it's going to have its own parking, an entrance to the park as well. So yeah, that area at the back there, which, you know, hopefully that all happens, because that's something that Paultons really needs now. It needs to become a resort, it really does. And I think the plans for that area sound absolutely awesome. So yeah, hopefully that's something that really does happen. Maybe the Edge will get removed around that point. I've always said it really doesn't ride the best now, the Edge. It's one of the roughest Zamperla discos that I've ever ridden, to be honest. It's really, really quite bumpy. But no, it is still a fun ride though. And then right opposite the Edge here, another new building going in for Valgard, and this is just going to be your toilets here. But yeah, no, all the scaffolding's down from when I last visited here. And again, all that theming in place with the wood, I really, really do like it. I think this area is going to be absolutely exceptional. I really, really do. Of course, I will be back at Paultons for their Christmas event, but yeah, it's certainly not going to be able to really get much of a view of the construction come then, because like I say, this entire area will be closed off. But I'll do the best I can do at Christmas, and then of course it'll be February then of 2026 when Paultons reopens for their new season, that we'll be able to come down and, you know, really take a look at all of the progress. I'm going to miss the ride vehicles for Cobra though. I've always liked the surprised looking snake on the front. I'm so happy though that the ride is staying. I mean, I didn't for one minute think that Paultons would ever get rid of their Gerstlauer family bobsled here. It's a fantastic ride. It's my favourite coaster in the park. Hey. It really, really is great. Absolutely brilliant ride. Of course, it's been here since 2006. 54 feet high, speeds of about 31 miles an hour. And like I say, the only down point was its lack of theming, but hopefully that'll all be rectified with Raven. It's such a great ride. All right, let's head on. Some on-ride POV coming up. And here we go then, my final POV. In its current iteration, it is Cobra. Hey, and there is the station for Draken. Look at that. Oh, all the footers, all those Gerstlauer footers, look at them all. They're everywhere. Hey! Oh, down there in the center as well. Of course, you're going to have that lift hill interacting nicely with what will be Raven. Into those corners. Oh, fantastic. Hey! Oh, I'm so happy that this ride's not going anywhere. Oh, here we go. That downward helix. Hey! Oh, those nice dark purple supports of Draken over there. Here we go, into those speed hills. Nice pops of airtime. Hey! Through the shed. Oh, nice head chopper. And into that final helix. Hey! Oh, long live Cobra. Absolutely brilliant ride. I love it. And some work going on the former go-karts area as well, which of course will be the new 2027 water coaster from Mack Rides. We'll see if we can get close to that in a second. you've just joined me for my last ever on-ride POV there then of Cobra, and I will reiterate, it's my favourite ride in the park. It really, really is. And like I said, I didn't doubt for a second that Paultons would ever get rid of this ride, but of course, it's always there in your head, isn't it? Oh, maybe, will they, won't they? So the fact that they are keeping it here is absolutely brilliant. I love the ride to pieces. I think it's brilliant. 31 miles an hour, 54 feet high. You've got some great elements on there. These speed hills give some great airtime. You're really pushed into those corners. I think it's fantastic. Like I say, the only thing that it's lacked is that theming, and hopefully that will be all resolved when it transitions into Raven. Like I say, really looking forward to seeing what they do with the shed, with the bits, with the kind of layout itself, the station, all the kind of bits around in the helix, all that kind of stuff. Really, really excited to see what they do here. Brilliant ride. Cannot wait to get back on it as Raven next year. And after that last POV over on Cobra then, I've made my way over to Magma, the SPF Visa drop tower, and it's good to see that it is actually rotating today as well for my last ride. On-ride POV coming up. Let's see what kind of views we can get over the construction of what was the go-karts, and which will hopefully be in 2027, the site of a brand new water coaster. Let's go take a look. And unfortunately, after that last clip, Magma did go down for almost 25 minutes. So I went over and got a few more rides on Cobra. Luckily, it is back up in action now. And of course, on-ride POV will be coming up where you could get an aerial view of this. But I thought I'd just show you a ground level view of what was once the go-kart track here at the park. Now, this is going to be home to Paultons' new water ride in 2027. Highly rumored to be a water coaster from Mack Rides. How absolutely awesome will that be? And it's great to see work starting on here already. There's a digger on site. Looks like he's just kind of digging up what remains of that go-kart track, and you've got some work that's just happening off to the left here as well. Great to see this all in fully in progress for readiness for 2027. How absolutely awesome would a water coaster be here at the park? It would be absolutely phenomenal. I'm assuming they'll keep the theme in with the Valgard area. Of course, a Viking theme for a water coaster would suit the ride really, really well. So I'm assuming that that's probably what they'll do. But yeah, looking forward to seeing construction really progress at pace next year on this area. But let's go and get an aerial view anyway from Magma and see if we can see anything else. And you can just see some dinosaur topiaries still left there as I peer over the wall in the queue line for Magma. Can't see much more from this area. You can just see of what was once the go-kart track here. And that'll all be getting broken up and removed over the next few weeks. And here we go on Magma then, the final POV before the ride moves to Creeley. And here you can just see all the construction that's taking place on that western area. Some great views from Magma, it really is. Can't wait to ride this. Hey, again at Creeley. You see the little digger there? All the go-kart tracks still in place at the moment as we rise to 82 feet over the park. Oh, hey! Hey! Oh, some great views of what will be Valgard. All the roofing going into place on Draken station. Looks great. Hey, can't wait to see all the foundation work really starting for that new water coaster. Not the best ops on Magma today. We've had quite a bit of downtime. Waited about 25 minutes in the queue there as well for my ride today. Hey! Good to see the actual gondola rotating though. It wasn't last time. You can see all the artwork going into the roofing there of the Nordic dining hall. Looks really nice. Hey, and there we are. That is Magma. Not a forceful drop tower, that, but still a lot of fun. And looking forward to riding again with some different views over at Creeley next year. But at least that's where it's rumoured to be going. Seems to be highly likely. Magma. And there we are then, that is the final on-ride POV from Magma as it stands here at Paultons Park. Of course, looking forward to getting more rides on it when it does eventually move over to Creeley, as it is rumoured, like I say, but it certainly seems highly likely going by Creeley's advertisements that they've put out recently. And yeah, it's sad to see that the ops today weren't the best on Magma. As a matter of fact, it's seen quite a lot of downtime in just a few short hours that it's been operating today. But still, it was great to get those final views around the park. And talking of views, absolutely great to see all the kind of aerial views of the construction going on here. In terms of the water coaster area, yeah, it was really interesting to see actually quite a lot of groundwork that's happened there. And I did actually see some rebar boxes that have actually been made up just off to the left. So maybe work on those foundations is progressing at a much quicker pace than originally thought. Perhaps we're going to see those installed really quite soon. I mean, we don't even know anything about the layout or anything about that ride yet. So to see work really starting at pace is great to see. So yeah, shame about the ops on Magma, but looking forward to more rides when it gets to Creeley, if that is where it's going. Be interesting to see, like I say, with the theme for Creeley, whether they will keep that kind of volcanic theme, that magma, because I'm not quite sure how well that would work at Creeley, but we'll have to wait and see. If they do keep it though, like I say, I hope it gets a bit of a repaint because it is looking a little bit faded. And after those final rides on Magma then, made my way back down to the edge. Zamperla Disco, and there she goes. As I take one last look around the area as it stands in September of 2025. Of course, the next time we're in this area, it will look very, very different. The edge even sounds like it's falling apart. It is a fun ride though, I gotta be honest. Yeah, like I say, it'd be interesting to see what happens with the edge. How long it will stay here. But yeah, maybe they could just theme these fences up a little bit. Like I say, some Viking helmets or something on there, some shields wrapped around the fence posts. But in terms of actual kind of real changes happening in this area, yeah, there's not really anything happening. There's no markers on the floor or anything around here. And there is Cobra. Goodbye to those ride vehicles. And when I say new ride vehicles for Cobra, I'm assuming they will be the same ones, potentially just rethemed. Have to wait and see for that. Hey. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought they'd get brand new ride vehicles. I'm assuming it'll just be a change in the theme, but we'll see. There he goes. Yeah, and as you can see on the floor here, you've got all these markings, these blue markings going all the way around here. So yeah, this area is going to see a lot of redevelopment over the coming several months. Yeah, just thought I'd take one final kind of slow walk through here to film it as it stands before Valgard takes over. You got the snake pit refreshments here. I'm assuming that won't be staying. Certainly haven't seen it in the plans. But we'll see. Would have thought they would have some kind of smaller food units down here, just kind of rethemed into Raven again. Certainly won't be called the Snake Pit anymore. And of course, just here is where the topiary used to stand. That's all now gone. And all these supports will be getting painted up in that new brown color, and obviously the green track as well. And all this theming, all this kind of wooden look. It's looking great already, I gotta be honest. I can really kind of, you know, visualize how these buildings are gonna look in the next few months. It's gonna be great. All the changes to obviously Cobra Station, Magma not being here anymore. And then the huge dining hall just off to the left here. And then Draken off to the right. The new Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And then I'm assuming the Vikings play area will be in this kind of area at the back here as well, possibly just to the left of Draken. And the Nordic dining hall, which is where I just cannot wait to get my lunch. And not forgetting Vilt Swing as well, which is also in this area. You get some great views of that from Flight of the Pterosaur as well. The park's suspended family roller coaster. There you go, just one last look over the construction walls here. Before we wrap up today's vlog. And like I say, not a full park vlog today, just a Valgard construction update. I was only here a few months ago filming a full park vlog behind the scenes of Valgard, behind the scenes of Storm Chaser, the presentation over on the stage. So if you do want to see a full park vlog with full on ride POVs from all the rides here, do check out the Paultons Park vlog from May 2025, the Superfans Day event, found right here in the Paultons Park playlist. Really, really excited to see this. Like I say, come Christmas, I'm not going to be able to get this close, but February next year, we'll be back and we'll see how much more construction has progressed. Really excited for this area. It's going to be great. And with that last look around the western area of the park then, that's going to bring this construction update here at Paultons Park to a close. And I'll tell you what, it's been absolutely fantastic to see all the updates that have been made in just 3.5 short months in that area. From the verticality to Draken Station, the installation of the station track, the foundations for Vilt Swing, the Nordic dining hall theming and all that's gone into place there, the toilets, the station for Cobra, and even as far into the future as foundations starting on what's rumoured to be the new water coaster for 2027. Really is continuing at pace here at the park, and it's so great to see. Really gives you kind of an idea of how the area is going to look with those theming pieces that have gone into like on the roofs of the dining hall and such. It really is going to be a fantastic area, and still so much more to come as well with the new pathways, the theming around the area, the play area for the kids going in as well. There's so much more to come, and obviously that is why that main pathway is now going to be closed from tomorrow so that the cranes can come in and really start major construction on that area, and I cannot wait to come back and see it. Like I say, Christmas might be a little bit difficult. I'll see what I can do, but certainly come February next year we'll be able to really see all the progress that's been made. I'm so pleased for the park. It's going to be a fantastic area. We know that Paultons Park do theming to a completely different standard to a lot of parks here around the UK. It really is fantastic, and yeah, it just really makes that area, it brings it all together really, doesn't it? I mean, obviously it started with Ghostly Manor. That was quite a tired looking area, and that just left that western area of the park, and now that's all going to be completely refurbished, redeveloped into Valgard, and I honestly cannot wait to see it. The Eurofighter with its custom layout is going to be fantastic. Vilt Swing, nice and unique for the UK, the first one going into place. The dining hall looks incredible. Cannot wait to see the transformation of Cobra. Honestly, I'm so excited to bring you more construction updates on this part of Paultons. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait for May 2026. But until then, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, happy riding everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.